Trump said he would not extend the ceasefire. Then hours before the deadline, he extended it. Here is what actually changed and what it means for the world. Tuesday, April the 21st, 2026. The 2-week ceasefire between the United States and Iran was hours away from expiring. Trump had said that morning on CNBC. And these are his exact words. That he expected to resume bombing Iran because he thought that was a better attitude to go in with. Iran had refused to show up to the second round of talks in Islamabad. Vice President Vance had canceled his flight to Pakistan, and the world was bracing for war to restart by Wednesday. Then Trump reversed course completely. In a Truth Social post Tuesday, Trump announced the ceasefire would be extended, with no deadline attached. He said the extension was necessary because Iran's government is. And again, these are his exact words. Seriously fractured. He said the U.S. would hold off its attack until Iran's leaders come up with a unified proposal to end the war. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir had personally requested the extension, and Trump credited them directly for the decision. So what actually changed? Here's what the reporting reveals that nobody is saying clearly enough. Behind the scenes, both the United States and Pakistan have been waiting for one specific thing: a clear directive from Iran's new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, the son of the leader the U.S. assassinated on February 28th, to Iran's negotiating team. The problem is that Iran's government is genuinely split right now. Iran's civilian negotiators, Foreign Minister Araghchi and Parliament Speaker Ghalibaf, actually wanted to continue talks and extend the ceasefire. But Iran's Revolutionary Guard commanders were refusing to offer any concessions as long as the U.S. naval blockade on Iranian ports remains in place. The U.S. seizure of the Iranian cargo ship Tosca just 2 days ago made that split even worse, with IRGC commanders accusing Iran's civilian negotiators of being too weak with the Americans. So Trump extended the ceasefire not because a deal is close. He extended it because Iran's internal divisions mean nobody in Tehran can actually sign off on anything right now. And bombing a government that is too divided to negotiate would not produce a deal. It would just produce more destruction with no diplomatic result. But here's the catch that every analyst is now pointing to. By removing the deadline, Trump has also removed the primary pressure he had over Iran. The ticking clock was the one thing forcing both sides toward the table. Without it, Iran can now drag out talks indefinitely, while the blockade continues hurting both economies. Iran's advisor to Ghalibaf dismissed the extension immediately, saying it means nothing, and that the losing side cannot dictate terms. Iran's armed forces separately announced they are 100% ready for a surprise American attack, and the Strait of Hormuz remains effectively closed. Not a single tanker passed through it on Sunday. Pakistan is the only reason this ceasefire exists at all. Islamabad brokered the original 2-week truce. It has now convinced Trump to extend it without a deadline. And Shehbaz Sharif said Pakistan will continue pushing for a negotiated settlement. The second round of talks in Islamabad has not happened yet, but the security arrangements in Islamabad are still in place. The door is still technically open. Here is the honest bottom line. The ceasefire extension is good news in the narrowest possible sense. It means bombs are not falling on Tehran tonight, but it does not bring us any closer to an actual deal. The Hormuz blockade continues. Iran's internal split means no unified Iranian position exists yet, and Trump has now publicly contradicted himself twice in the same day, saying he would bomb, then saying he would extend. That kind of unpredictability makes serious diplomacy extremely difficult for everyone trying to mediate this. The war is paused. The deal is nowhere close. And Pakistan is doing the work that the world's most powerful country apparently cannot do alone. The ceasefire lives. The deal does not exist, and the clock is now open-ended, which means the pressure is gone.